Hey everybody, Rorree here. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I just felt the urge to come by and say hello to you guys, and I want to invite you to something that we're about to do in the Roses, Lavender, and Sage community. All right, so first let me share what that is. Roses, Lavender, and Sage is a community that we've developed with the mission or I feel like it's our mission to work with women to help them to achieve the success that they desire to have in life, to help women commune with one another, elevate, lift each other up, and grow to their highest heights, living their fullest lives ever. So I'm a medical intuitive. I'm an intuitive life coach and healer. I do spiritual healing work, energetic healing work, different things of that nature, all different types of healing work. And in our community, you get to receive a little bit of all of that. So if you need some healing, if you need some coaching or intuitive coaching. I love intuitive coaching because I have a background in business and I'm also intuitive and I hear and see clearly. So if a person comes to me and they have a block, I can identify what the block is, where it came from, how do we tap into it, how do we heal it, so that you can move to the other side. Oftentimes, when I've gone to receive coaching, the coaches don't exercise their healing, their intuitive abilities, and they give you guidance, or they gave me guidance, but if I had a block, they didn't really know how to help me overcome that block, how to get to the other side of that, or even to identify where the heck it came from so that we can go to the root of it and heal that situation. So um, this is what we have to offer in Roses, Lavender, and Sage. We have coursework that will be released slowly throughout the year. What else do we have? We have one course that we are working on is I Choose Me. And within this framework, we are working on shadow work and forgiveness and things of that nature. But today, I pulled a card for you guys, and over in Roses, Lavender, and Sage, we will do the guided visualization and activation for the healing work for today. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do some live healing work. I'll definitely record it. So whenever you get in, you can definitely tap into any of the meditations, visualizations, or activations that we have done. But I'm going to do a special one for you guys today. So, after you listen to what we're going to share with Magnetism of Eros, the card that was pulled today, then you can join me over in Roses, Lavender, and Sage, and we can get busy with some healing and activations. Activations are really, really powerful. Meditations, activations, visualizations are really, really powerful. I have not recorded a meditation series in some years. I mean, it's been a minute, and I feel like my gifts and abilities have really leveled up since I did all the recording in the past. So I thought, you know what? It's time to start really, really recording with all the newness that is within me now so that I can share that with you. Okay, so let's get into this. What is this message about today? Magnetism of Eros. So I'm going to show you the card, Magnetism of Eros. And now let's read what it is all about. Okay, trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Let me read that again. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. That is so important. Like oftentimes we want to go for something, we want to go for what we know or achieve some of our dreams. And what stops us is how are we going to get that? Like you want this, but when you think about getting that thing, it feels like it's out of your reach, or you can't figure out what the steps are to get there. So you really have to just release, let go, and allow it to manifest, allow the Plinko chips to come into place so that you can just follow the steps. But then there's anxiety, there's your mind, oh well, maybe I should do this, that, or the other. Well, maybe you should just sit and be with that and do the first thing that you are led to do the second thing that you are led to do. Then, oh, here's somebody with some information. Oh my, that's the third thing that I need to do, or the third piece that's coming to this. Sometimes you don't have to do everything. Sometimes the people come in and they're ushered in because you put the intention out to the universe. So then things come in to fulfill that desire. But you do have to trust in what your heart is yearning for versus always having to go out there and figure it out. And that's something that I constantly work on allowing. I constantly work on allowing things to manifest the way they are supposed to show up. Because oftentimes, the way I think they're supposed to show up is not how they show up at all. Okay? So, anyway, take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. So, that's what I pulled for you guys today. That's for the collective. So what you want is closer than you could possibly imagine. And it's interesting, this card, because it looks like a cycle, like a spiral. Like what I'm getting is like you can visualize or envision something that you want, and then it's this spiral that takes place, and you go on this journey to manifesting what it is that you desire in your life, whatever that thing is. It's heartfelt. Whether and then, like, I'm seeing two people in this picture, but they're also reaching and grasping, and they're kind of going with the flow. That's kind of what I feel from this picture, that these people are just allowing life to just take them where it is that they're supposed to be. And when you vibrate high and you vibrate in love, you can manifest, you can go and just move in flow towards your desires. But the key thing to one of the key things to me is you have to vibrate high. You have to vibrate in a way where you can manifest. A lot of times people just vibrate a little low. They allow life experiences, they allow them to get in the way and just bring their energy levels down, bring their spirit down, bring their ability to have, I call it the havingness, or the havingness gauge, that comes down. Sometimes you work at a toxic job, or you're around toxic people, and too often we allow all that energy to permeate our space, and then it prevents us from manifesting and vibrating in a way where we can draw things onto us. So those are things you really have to be mindful of. And in our community, Roses, Lavender, and Sage, I make sure that we have positivity every day. We do exercises together. One of the exercises that I'm doing, I have it right here because I'm going to read it in a minute, is scroll number 2 from Og Mandino, where I greet this day with love in my heart every day, 3 times a day, for a 30-day period before I move to the next scroll. So we're doing this together in the community, and we do a lot of fun things together within the community. So anyway, let me get back to this card. I'm gonna read a little bit of what the book says about magnetism of Eros, which includes who Eros is, okay? The magnetism of Eros is our soul's fascination with that which appears different and calls to us at a deep level. This soul deep attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate, and willing to engage with life, other people, with life, other people, and new What? Okay, I'm reading it wrong. I'm sorry. Um, okay. Let me start that sentence over. This soul deep attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate, and willing to engage with life, other people, and new, vitalizing pathways and practices that inspire us. Maybe it's just me, but something's wrong with that sentence. Anyway, it must be a typo in there or something because that and new part just didn't make sense to me. But anyway, it keeps us moving on the authentic life path, living by the call of our hearts. This oracle indicates that your heart is being called to a particular path or way in life. It may it may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of the heart is to honor the need of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you down into unknown and intriguing territory. It can feel liberating, but also unsettling as you let go of known worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your path, your life path, and your higher purpose. What? I keep screwing up. Follow- Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expanding your understanding of yourself, your life path, and your higher purpose. Okay. It is meant to be. Okay, so now getting into eros. Eros is a Greek word for love. So it's what eros is, not who eros is. Okay, on a spiritual level, eros is our passionate, open, engaged for love of life, for life. When we experience eros, we are ready to embrace our journey. It is an affirmative it is an affirmation of life. Its opposite is a destructive drive known as thanatos. That reminds me of Thanos. Anyway, which is the drive behind our undermining, self defeating, and self harming behaviors. And those are some of the things we're going to work on when we work with um, the Dark Shadows series that we're doing in Roses, Lavender, and Sage. We may engage in such negative behaviors in a misguided attempt to heal ourselves or make ourselves feel better. When we act negatively, despite our best intentions to be positive, part of us is trying to tell a story that is yet to be fully heard. Until that story is heard, we cannot let it go. We get stuck in a negative loop. To resolve the negative drive drive within us and in our world, we need arrows. We need to embrace life, including our negative experiences. Exactly. When we work on the shadow work and when we work on bringing in our soul fragments, you are drawing in all of you and accepting and loving all of you because it is you. The good, what you call the bad, what you call the ugly, what you call the light or the dark. All of it is you, so we have to bring all of that together. Experiences that we've loved or experiences that we have hated, we have to bring them all in and embrace them, enjoy them, learn from them, but pull them into our being because we are all of it. Okay, by acknowledging and healing our suffering, we can find the courage and wisdom to live more fully. The challenge and gift of Eros leads us into our vulnerability. From there, we can also recognize our strength and dignity. We become able to let go and healed. This oracle brings the message of life that, excuse me, this oracle brings the message that life has particular gifts now to share with you. This is the promise of deep soulful connection with your true self and with others, and a healing realization that you are truly desired and loved. You are encouraged to explore new paths, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so. More so if you're if they involve personal healing. The oracle indicates a path and opening up for you. It may not be the easiest way forward, but when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know something truly special is unfolding for you through that path. Trust where your heart is leading. So then it goes into a healing process, but we are going to do a healing process of our own to work on this. We're going to work on bringing in that love. And it's interesting that this card was pulled since we are working on greeting every day with love in our hearts. And we're going to work on the magnetism of the love so that we can move towards manifesting what we desire on purpose, on time, being deliberate manifestors. Okay. Too often we manifest haphazardly. We manifest because of cause and effect. We did this, so then we got that, versus purposefully setting the intention for what it is that we desire to manifest and getting it. That is the biggest obstacle of most people. Why am I not getting it? What's the hell? What's holding it up? I did this, I did this, I did this. How come I ain't getting it yet? That's what I hear, because you follow these instructions. I've done it myself. I followed this, I followed this, I followed this. Why the heck I ain't get it? What's that? And sometimes it's just a little tweak, but you might not be able to figure that out. So these meditations, visualizations, and activations that we'll be doing, especially this one for today, is going to help you to get to the root of what's going on in your life so that you can come out on the other side and receive what it is. So we can clear those blocks. And when we do our visualizations, you often get a chance to ask me questions. Sometimes we do a little healing work at the end. So if something does pop up, we can work on that. We can go ahead and heal that situation, release that block, heal whatever comes up. So come on, join us over in Roses, Lavender, and Sage and see what it's all about. I am inviting you to join right now. There's a link in the description box. The website is www.roseslavender.and-sage.com. So come on over there, join us, and let's have some fun, healing, releasing, and magnetizing the arrows with them. Ashe, ashe, ashe.